Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the YouTube station identification of one of New Bedford, Massachusetts resident YouTubers. And I am here live in my basement. No, my name is not Ken Ober, and this is not MTV's Remote Control. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77, episode number 74. And today is Sunday, February 28, 2021, 5:34 p.m. This is the last day of February. And this will be my last day, February thoughts. And as you know, February is the shortest month of the year, as always. You've seen like a lot of complaints coming from younger folks about this, and they would say, "Let's cancel March." I mean, this is the stupidest thing. It's probably the stupidest thing trending on Twitter. Cancel March, and I'm like, it's a joke and all that. Then I don't care if it's a joke or not. It's stupid. Cancel March. Let's make it February 2.0. A shame. A shame what this world's come to. Too many young kids thinking about some of the stupidest things ever. I'm glad I was raised up in the 80s, man. And I'm telling you, the 80s and 90s, man. At least I thought, think more logically and sensically. 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 You know what I mean? With a little bit more sense. And it is very, very awful that, I don't know what parents have been teaching their kids nowadays, and I'm just like, oh, good Lord. And then they told me to get off the internet. And these young kids, I'm like, seriously, folks? I mean, seriously? It's not, I have a problem with people thinking stupid, and it's like, can we stop thinking stupid and thinking logically, thinking realistically here? People want to cancel March. Let's cancel March? Really? I mean, dudes. March has existed since the beginning, almost the beginning of time. Ever since calendars were invented. March has existed for that reason. It's like, oh my gosh, I mean, seriously, folks? I mean, it's one of the most ridiculous things ever. And I'm like, I still think it's, joke or not, it's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. Let's cancel this. Let's cancel the WWE. Let's cancel. Cancel culture sucks, man. Get over it. Things happen like this, and things in the past have happened. It happens. You can't go and change the past. And everybody wants to change the past, change up everything, change the history, change this, change that. Everybody's so sensitive nowadays. Oh my gosh. And I feel like going, good Lord, what am I going to do? If someone does something wrong, let's cancel them. A celebrity does something wrong, let's cancel them. Bill Cosby, let's cancel all the shows that he did. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's just, the whole thing is ridiculous. Let's take the show off the air because he's a criminal now. I'm like, it's like our childhood's going to be erased and everything. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. I feel like going, good Lord, what is the world coming to? It's like too many complaining, oversensitive people, man. It's ridiculous. It's just totally ridiculous. I mean, it's just probably the most ridiculous thing. Cancel March. Cancel this. Cancel that. Let's cancel everything. Hey, why bother? Because COVID basically canceled everything last year. I mean, we had no Whalen City Festival. That was canceled. We had no Portuguese Feast. That was canceled. My Lord. I'm like, oh goodness. Hey, hey, listen. 3 of the 4 malls got shut down over the last 10 years. I mean, think about it. I mean, a lot of things have been, ridiculous. I go on TikTok, right? I do my thing on TikTok, just having fun doing, lip syncing to 80s and 90s music, just for, just to have fun and all that. And then people say, oh, your mom's basement, your basement. I'm like, I'm getting sick of it. I am so sick of people just commenting. Listen, I always say this time and time again. You don't like my videos, you don't like any content I throw up. Hey, here's an idea. You move on with your freaking life and not worry about me, okay? Don't worry about me, just move on, dudes. Come on. I'm like, good Lord. It's like, do I have to deal with this? It's like all the young kids out there, they just don't know. And they think it's funny. They think it's sad. Listen, you don't know my history of my life. You don't know the history of my life. You don't know the history of my story. Dudes, and I'm not going to talk about it all over again because there's a few things that I don't want to talk about because I made a vow, I made a New Year's resolution not to talk about some certain subjects or else they'll be coming after me again. I don't want that. I don't want that. You want, I'm just going to do a simple delete your comment and block you. That's all I'm going to do. I mean, seriously. It's like today's kids just don't know. They just don't know and understand. Like I feel like grabbing a just like, I feel like creating a time machine and say kids are going to educate you about the 80s and 90s. Step in. This is what I've learned when I was your age. You know, I'm like this. It's ridiculous. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm over here face palming and everything. I'm going, really? You call this a joke? You call this a joke? And he said, go get off the internet, you 40-some-year-old kid, 40-some-year-old guy yelling at little kids. Because the kids are being stupid. All right? I mean, they're not understanding. Some of these young kids are not understanding what we older folks have go through on a daily basis. We older folks went through. And unfortunately, they want to cut out whatever we learned back in the day. I mean, look. It's politics have really just ruined everything. That's why I don't talk about politics on here, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. Is that the younger generation? I should say the younger generation. I don't want to say kids anymore. Kids are baby goat. All right, the younger generation needs to learn what we have learned back in the day. But problem is that they don't want to learn anything from back in the day. They don't want to talk about even the young 20-somethings, okay? The young 20-somethings. I mean, it's ridiculous. Sometimes they have the maturity of a kumquat. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what a kumquat is, look it up, Um, and just, it's ridiculous. Actually, it's a plant. No, they look like oranges. I'm looking up the word. I'm looking at kumquat now. Um, okay. I'm looking at this right now. It's like a size of a large olive. It's like an orange, cold hardy, and they're in China. Figures. Anyways, just it's like it amazes me how time has changed. I mean, it just goes to show you, times have changed obviously, and I'll tell you what, people want to erase everything that's happened in the 80s and 90s, erase accomplishments of celebrities at that point just because they did something to this time. It's kind of, it's sad. I'm not defending the celebrities. I'm not condoning what they did. Don't get me wrong, all right? What they did was wrong is wrong, and they had to pay the price for it. But just for them to, let's cancel their shows. Let's not let people watch them. The sad part about it is what the celebrities have done that is illegal. I mean, look at Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky from Full House. I mean, she got in trouble, with bribery and all that. And they basically, when they did a revival of it called Fuller House, and she was part of it, but then she was fired from that because of what's been going on. And now it's like, people take all Full House off because Aunt Becky is part of that. And like, look what happened to Bill Cosby, all right? He committed a crime of sexual harassment and all that. His show was taken off the air, and his show was in the 80s and 90s. His show wasn't going to come back as far as a reboot or anything like that now, obviously. But the fact of it is that taking shows like taking apart your past away. What shows you've grown up with, you take a part of your childhood away. I mean, I can understand that people don't want to be reminded of what he's done away from the show or outside the show or whatnot. But the Cosby Show was part of our lexicon back in the 80s and 90s. The problem is that too many people want to see the 80s and 90s erased. Yes, the 80s and 90s were the past. I get it. And the past is in the past. I get it. And it was good. But that was the decades I grew up in. I mean, Those were the decades I grew up in, And look at the wrestling. Let's talk about the wrestling. Wrestling has changed nowadays. You get the IWC. Everybody's hating on the WWE because Vince McMahon's been out of touch and all that. That's his old school way of thinking. A lot of people don't like the old school way of thinking. Now, I'm not here to shove the old school way of thinking down anyone's throats. I'm not here to shove any of my old school way of thinking, my old school attitude down anyone's throats. This is how I live my life. This is how I survived today. I don't go out much. I stay out of trouble, and that's the main key. That's the main reason. All right, I try to stay within the law. I try to obey the law. I try to do the best I can. And a lot of people say, well, just live a little, just go out and have fun. And listen, I would love to. Like I said, there are times where it's not like, oh, my parents have reined me in and bounded me to this. They've given me some freedom. Ever since I have my own car, they give me a little leeway. But there's limit. I limit myself not because my parents forced me to. It's just something that I need. It's something I need. My parents did not force it upon me, and it's something decisions I made. I made those decisions. This is what I choose. This is the life I choose. A lot of people make fun of me for it, because they don't know my history. They don't understand my history. They don't understand my life, and you know what? It's okay. That's okay. They don't understand. They want to understand. Just DM me, email me, and just listen. I would be glad to tell you about my life. People make fun of me because I live in my parents' basement. You know what I say? I'd rather live in my parents' basement than be out there homeless, because there's a lot of people out there that are not as fortunate as I am, or all those who have a house. We'll have a roof over our heads. I've always been thankful. It doesn't matter what part of the house I live in. As long as I have a roof over my head, I got something to warm me up, I got clothes on my back, I have a job, I have a car to drive in. I have things, that keep me busy. And then I have people that love me and support me from a moral standpoint, from an emotional standpoint. That's all I need in life. I don't expect my parents to give me anything, or any of my sisters to give me anything. I go out and work for it, and I earn it. It's hard to afford a house nowadays because of the economy, and everything else in between. And I can understand New Bedford is a very, very tough place to live in. I mean, listen, that's why a lot of my friends that started off in New Bedford or Dartmouth, and they all moved out. They all moved to another state, moved to another city far away from the South Coast. Well, I still keep in touch with them. Let them know I am still alive. I'm here. I'm happy, and I just praise God for what He's done for me in my life. I really don't care what total strangers think about my life. Like I said, if you don't like any of my videos, just move on. You don't like you don't like the fact that I live my life as old school as I can be. You know what? You guys can just buzz off. I'm here. I'm here still alive, thanking God, praising God, and what He's done for me. Yeah, I make mistakes. I'm human. I'm not better than anybody else. I'm not superior than anybody else. I don't want anybody to answer to me for anything. I just like to have fun. Yeah, I love wrestling. Still like wrestling. I like the New Day. I like the Booty-O's t-shirt. I think it's funny. I think it's still entertaining. A lot of people complain. Too much complaining going on, man. Like I said, this whole cancel March thing on Twitter is stupid. Very, very stupid. I mean, I'm going over here going, you can't cancel a month. You can't cancel anything. You can't cancel a day. It's like the young people think they can control the internet. Why don't you get off the internet? No, I'm not going to get off the internet. If I want to complain, sometimes I'm sick of complaining myself. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh. And then nowadays you got people don't want to be talking to people because family members no longer speak on speaking terms with each other, and it's happened to me and my family, which is really, really sad. And it's just really disgusting the way things have ended up. And sometimes I want to go, you know what? I'm sick of this. I feel like Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it anymore. That's how I feel. And people like, why are you always talking about the 80s and 90s? Why? When I was a kid, I used to like to talk about baseball, wrestling, and Nintendo, and everybody in my church gets aggravated by it. I'm like, I felt like saying, "Well, you want me to talk about politics? I hate politics. I hate politics with a passion because politics have made it made people some of the dumbest people in the world. Okay, that's how I feel about politics. It's stupid. It's dumb. All right. I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I don't have piercings or tattoos. People think I'm a total loser. Guess what? I'm tired of people wanting me to call me loser because I don't live up to their social expectations. I don't want to live up to anybody's social expectations. I don't want to. I want to be me. I want to have fun. I want to do my YouTube videos for fun, for kicks and giggles, to communicate. I'm very passionate about being very old school. Now, again, I am not shoving my old school beliefs or any of my beliefs down anyone's throat. You choose your life the way you want to live it. All right? You want to live your life in a liberal manner? Go right ahead. I just want to live my life in a conservative manner as well. You know what I mean? But I'm not here to shove any of my beliefs down anyone's throat. All right? This is the way I live my life, and this is the way I survived so far. Like I said, now a lot of things have changed, obviously, and I'm well aware what's going on in the world. You know, and there was recently there was a lot of recent drama on some of the servers on the Discord app in the game show fandom. I'm not going to get into it. That's why I've been taking a break mostly from the game show fandom, so to speak. Is because I'm not going in there every single day because I'm backing out. Is because a lot of those people are my friends, and from both sides, and I've asked people not to get me involved in it because that's how I got into trouble. I get into the middle of something that has nothing to do with me by accident, but by giving someone a complete, simple shout out, and boom, I don't know. I just, that's why I'm getting sick of, that's why I said I'm not going to give anybody shout outs anymore, is because, people will come at me and, try to do everything they can to drive me off the internet. It's like, seriously. If people are that bored with their lives, they should do something constructive and not going after somebody who's not socially acceptable in their eyes. Okay, I'm not here to live up to people's social expectations. I'm here to be me, and I like being me. I like me. All right, and if I like me being me, I think there's people out there like me because I'm me, no one else. Okay. And the fact of the matter is that there's too many people in this world that think their lives are miserable. Let's take their anger out. They want to take their anger out on somebody who's possibly content with his life. Let's lash at this person, and sometimes I'm the target. I'm like, good Lord, what's going on? Why are you doing this, man? That's why I don't respond to them anymore, because the fact of the matter is all I gotta do is just first block them and then go back and delete their comments. And I'm like, and it's like, this is going to be stupid. This is going to be stupid. And that's why I think the whole thing is stupid. It just amazes me. It just totally amazes me. No, I am not, I'm not, I'm saying, it's happened to me on TikTok, it's happened to me on Twitter, but it has not happened to me on YouTube since the beginning of the year, which is great. And I want to keep that going. I want to keep that, streak going, but bottom line is I like to be me. I like to be me. I like to do my things as me. I like to, be old school, and my old school way of thinking has helped me a lot. Has helped me survive this year so far. Survived anything. I survived last year. I survived the pandemic. I know we still got a pandemic going on, but it's starting to, decrease a little bit, which is good, and hopefully, with the new month coming in fact, this March, the middle of this March, this next month coming, will be 1 year since we were under quarantine for about, 3 months or so, which is really, really surreal. I mean, imagine it's like spending the whole time in April and May and, the whole year without working. And it was so surreal. And a lot of people have been bored, and there's, I did a lot of, and those were the main keys of reason why I have succeeded to 1,000 episodes on the last season, when before Thanksgiving even, and I decided, well, might as well do the bridge up. until now. You know what I mean? Until the beginning of this year. And we like I said, we've been through a lot. First 2 months, man, and a lot of crazy things have happened. We have a new president. Um, we have, and the first time in its 200-year history, the Capitol has been raided, which is unheard of. In like you'd think they would beef up security after 9/11, but nobody saw this coming. Saw that coming. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot of things have happened, obviously, and you know, that's why when I decided to make the new season of calling it WEML-TV Channel 77, I made some resolutions to avoid some certain subjects here, and I'm just. But despite all that's been happened today, despite everything that's been happening, I'm very, very thankful for doing this. I'm very thankful for having a good day. Very thankful for a decent life so far. I mean, it has not been easy, but we're doing the best we can with it. And like I said, what amazes me is the mall that I work at is the last mall left standing in the South Coast of Massachusetts, man. I mean, we saw, the Harbor Mall in 2016 close, and then it's placed the South Coast Marketplace. Now you got the Swansea Mall that was next on the list. It started to get demolished as we speak, and now we're talking about the Silver City Galleria just recently starting to get demolished, and that's a big place. And a lot of people were asking, how's the Dartmouth Mall standing? How is it that it's left standing? Oh, location, convenience, and they have a wide variety of things. And it was perfectly. It was not too small. It was not too big. It was built just right. Just And they said that if Macy's and J.C. Penney's close up there, I think the mall will be in a little bit of trouble. And if I made a suggestion, I could, if the mall office is okay, one of our main stores is closing, and they say which one? I say, okay, Macy's is closing. And if I was part of that meeting, I would say round one, give round one in there, get a bowling alley, bring that one in there, And if there's somebody, we don't need Walmart because we have a Walmart a few miles, like a hop, skip, and a jump away from the mall. So why bother? I always said, heck, bring back Kmart. I don't care. Around one would have been good at the mall. Let's say if Macy's or J.C. Penney closed, which is even crazy. And it's even crazy that Macy's and J.C. Penney is still opened up here at our mall. And like I said, we changed the hours of our mall because we've taken a hit because of COVID. And like I said, the malls asked my bosses to change to give them 10%. So basically, my hours have been cut too. Am I mad? No, because I had a feeling this was going to happen. It's like we didn't know. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. It's like I got a hunch that the rent is going to be hiked up, and I got a hunch that our hours are going to get cut when they change the hours. And when they change it Monday through Thursday, 11 to 7, then 11 to 8 Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday 11 to 6. In fact, the mall's about 3 minutes away from closing. And the crazy part about the whole thing is that I'm working, was it 6 to 10, basically Monday through Friday, and we had, this winter has not been totally bad. I mean, we got a decent amount of snowstorms, and we had 3 in 1 month. And at the beginning of February, we had a snowstorm. I think it was about 6-7 inches. Same thing with the Super Bowl snowstorm, and 6-7 inches. I survived both drives. Then you got the third one Thursday into Friday. It was over by Friday. Then we got 3 to 6 inches basically, probably 4 or 5 tops. I gotta find out how much snow we got on that. But then so far we had a snowstorm-free week, and I think it looks like this coming week we have a snowstorm-free week as well. It's going to rain tomorrow, and then it's going to be cloudy on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday we're going to have a nice sunny weekend. And speaking of Saturday, this coming Saturday is going to be my birthday, which is totally crazy to say the least. And My pastor, he's funny this morning. He's like, Eric, without making me feel old, how old are you going to be? I said, I'm going to be 44. Everybody's like, oh, wow, and all that, you know. And they said, I think we were at, what, 10? I said, much younger than that. You know, I'm feeling really old. And I said, well, you know, I was like 7 or 8 years old. I've been to church, so we're talking 36, 35, 36 years. Been at the New Seasons Worship Center for that long. It just amazes me. It's just mind-blowing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, I know there's a lot to talk about and everything else. I'm sorry if I complain about a lot of things. I feel like I'm complaining now. It's like everybody's got to chill. Everybody's got to, you know, take a step back and just, you know, just like guys, it's like start worrying about real life situations instead of real life issues. It's a serious issue instead of something of hashtag cancel March, which was like the stupidest thing on the planet, you know. And another thing that happened in the news too, um, Lady Lady Gaga's dogs have been been rescued after they were dog napped, and they shot the dog walker, which was um, which is crazy. And the dog walker's going to pull through. He's going to be okay. In fact, Lady Gaga made sure that the dog walker was going to be okay and everything else. And the dogs have been found. And I think nowadays, when I heard there was a lot of dog napping in the L.A. area, French bulldogs were an expensive target, and people, the problem is that people are too desperate for money. They do whatever it takes, and it's like, can they go out and just get a freaking job instead of, you know, doing resorting to crime? I mean, I can understand the pandemic has really taken out a lot of jobs and everything else, but you know, uh, you know, you want to throw your away your life for money. I'm sorry, but that's not worth it. Kidnapping a celebrity's dog, man, and it's not worth it. Not worth it. Just go out and get a job. That's all I ask. Go out and get a job, people. Don't resort to this. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't know what to do if I got out of a job. I mean, listen, I was laid off for about 3 months due to the pandemic, but I was still getting paid via unemployment. That was a major thing, and I really don't know what I would do if I really do lose my job, and I don't really want to think about that right now. I just want to focus on my job. I want to focus on my life. I want to focus on whatever what has helped me, and um, I'm hoping that this week will be going good for me, and that's what I'm no, that's what I'm hoping, and so it's gonna be it's gonna be something now. We got a brand new week coming, brand new month, and anything is possible at this rate in time. You know what I mean? And it's so 2021 was so weird. I was unable to watch a Red Sox game because they're not scheduling the TV games until tomorrow to be against the Atlanta Braves at 1 o'clock. So I'll be home to watch that, and I want to watch the Red Sox and the Braves go at it, and it'll be something um to see. Spring training has arrived. Um, so what will be on the docket for as far as my show is concerned, the rest of the show is concerned? Saturday is my birthday. I'm going to do a birthday special episode. I'm going to try to get everything going. Um, Also, I'll play a Saturday Superstar Arcade game, and that will be one of my. I will tell you what game I'm going to play. I'm going back to I am going back to the Sega Saturn on this one. I'm going to play Night Warriors, Darkstalker's Revenge, and that was one of my favorite games to play. And I'm going to play that for the first time in 2021. It's going to be really, really cool. Or as the Iconics would say, really schmick. I think Billy Kay says it, really schmick. I like the word schmick. As you know, I will also give you my weekly roundup as usual. Raw, huge title match tomorrow night. Bobby Lashley challenging The Miz for the WWE Championship. You've got NXT, and I believe the women's tag title on the line. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler going back to their roots that they first cut their teeth in on NXT, defending against Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. You got SmackDown, the fallout from the whole, we've heard rumors that a steel cage match will happen between Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan, and if Daniel Bryan wins, he gets a shot at Roman Reigns for the Universal title at Fastlane. Fastlane's coming up. You see a lot of changes. The WWE Network's moving over to Peacock. I have Peacock, so it's going to be good. Let's see. What else? What else is there? And I think for future Saturday Superstar Arcade episodes, we're gonna have I have a lot of wrestling teams for Big League Slugger baseball. What I'm going to do, in honor of Brody Lee, aka Luke Harper, I am going to do a tournament of some sorts of all the wrestling baseball teams for a Brody Lee Memorial Cup. You know, like I did. Now, the only difference is this time is that the only difference is this time it's going to be like a kind of round robin thing between the Manhattan Maulers is my Raw team, and I think the New Haven Hammers. I think I forget my team names. I gotta find my Big League Slugger baseball stuff, and get SmackDown going. The Raw team, the SmackDown team, the NXT team, the Impact team, the Elite team, and the other teams. I think you got Raw, SmackDown, NXT, you got Impact, AEW, and I think Ring of Honor, New Japan, NWA, or Legends and Alumni teams. You get 6 teams. I'm going to try to work things out. I'll explain how that goes. We want to get the Brody Lee Memorial Cup, just in honor of Brody Lee. I figured out baseball teams for my Big League Slugger baseball for the PlayStation 1. I want to get that going, and possibly over the summer I can do so when I have a little bit more time. So that's going to be something for each and every Saturday Superstar Arcade, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. All right. That's all the time we have on this show. Episode 74 is complete. My last day of February thoughts. We're going to go into March. We're going to march right into March and have a great and wonderful March. My birthday's coming up this Saturday. My first Saturday off. My first birthday off. All right. I think I've worked on most of my birthday every single day, every single year since I started working at not Ruby Tuesday. Ever since I started working at the mall. This is my first birthday off. I'm excited. Don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really excited, ready to go. And I'm going to be turning double fours, man. Double fours. That's how it works. So I'm going to have a great and wonderful day, and I hope you will too. See you on episode 75 of WEML-TV, channel 77. Peace, love, and have a good night.